Alright, 416 review. Hopefully I'm in focus. Hey guys, what's going on? Justin from ST2 Airsoft, and today I'm going to be bringing you a full-fledged review of my brand new gun, the Fight Club Custom HK 416 PTW. Alright, now before I get too in-depth with little details and the accessories, just want to go over what this gun is. For those of you that don't know, a PTW is a different system than an AEG. All the internals are completely different, and this was started by Systema, and Fight Club Custom, which is this gun, is basically beefed up Systema. The internals are better, the externals are better. They basically took what Systema did and they've made massive improvements. The cool thing about this gun, and the reason I got it, is it's the first ever fully commercially available 416 PTW. There's a bunch of conversion kits out there and modded versions of the 416, but this is the first one to come as a whole. Now this, like I said earlier, this is not the conversion kit, this is the full-fledged build, and I opted for this for the internals as well, not just the externals, because although the externals are what convinced me to make the purchase in the first place, I figured if I'm going to get FCC, I might as well go all out and get the entire package. And the even cooler part of it, which I think is my favorite, is they only made 199 in total, and mine is number 26 of 199. It says so on the body with its own unique serial number. Alright, so one of the biggest things about Fight Club Custom, or FCC as they're more commonly known by, is that they come with a pretty hefty price tag. But yeah, price it's up there. Systemas run, in Canada at least, anywhere from $1,400 up to $25, depending on where you're getting it from. If it's conversion kit, full build, challenge kit, whatever the deal is. Before taxes, anything like that, just the plain gun, so none of these accessories really, like there's a few but not much, and I'll get into that later. You're looking at about $2,600 for just the gun. It does not come with the mag, so you have to buy that yourself. So you get the gun, a bracelet, a FCC bracelet, a t-shirt, and an M115 cylinder, which is pretty cool. But at the end of it, when I had done the taxes, shipping, all that necessary stuff, the total cost was somewhere around $3,000. So a lot of you guys can probably ask, where can I get one? Or just any FCC product in general. So if you're in the States and you have the luxury of shipping from Asia to the States directly, then you can go straight through Fight Club Custom's website, and I'll leave the link in the description below as always. If you're in Canada, there's only a few places where you can get it, either connections to go just directly through if you know any retailers. But as I know, in Western Canada, there's only 2 retailers that can bring in Fight Club Custom. I'll leave those in the description below as well. So you can go check those out if you're Canadian, if you're American. Just go straight through FCC, save yourself the taxes, the brokerage fees, all that good stuff. And yeah, save yourself a bit of money because it is a hefty price. Alright, so I know I'm going to get this question asked a crap ton right now. So I'm just going to go over the accessories I've got on the gun. This is just how I'm running it currently. I've got a lot of stuff that I put on it, and you know, it changes up constantly. I'm going to be adding a lot of different stuff, changing it up, and I'm not going to go into specifics like my other videos saying, oh, I'm going to switch it for this or that, just because, you know, sometimes I change my mind later on in the future, stuff doesn't show up, I change my mind again, so you'll just have to wait for the next video. But as it stands, this is how I'm running it right now. Starting from the front, I have an FCC AAC style flash hider. This is the quick detach for the suppressor. This is the new gen. I have an old gen 1 as well, which I'll show you. Moving forward, I've got a Surefire M600C with a pressure pad that I run on the top. That's mounted on an SNS Precision low pro mount, which goes in between the rail. Behind that, I've got a D-Ball A2, which is a laser designator. It's got an IR function as well as this constant red laser and a little flashlight LED. Below that, I've got a gear sector hand stop, Magpul ladder rail cover. On the other side, I've got Magpul ladder rail covers again, this time in black. A very ghetto front sling point which I don't know what it's called. Running on that is the Feral Concepts lightweight padded sling in AOR 1, not Digital Desert as a lot of people think. It's an old gen, so it was actually AOR 1. Standard, these are Systema mags. Like I said, it doesn't come with one, so you need your own. We've got a Ranger plate on the bottom in black and some tape. So the optics are a Dytac aimpoint T1 with the QD mount. Behind that, I've got an aimpoint 4x magnifier on a Wilcox mount. Behind that, I have a KAC 600 meter rear flip-up sight, and the front sight obviously is still KAC. Some people ask me why it's flipped backwards. It's just because the way that the rail on the 416 is designed, I need to have it more forward to fit the pressure pad in here. Below that, I've got a Magpul MOE grip. It's pretty nice, but I will be switching it out for a Tango Down grip. It's the ones that the 416s tend to come stock with. The dust cover is like the GMP styles where it stays open. I will be modding this to stay closed. I just don't want dust getting in. Behind that is a mil-spec buffer tube and a crane stock with a Garmin, Feral Concepts Garmin pouch, which you can see is Garmin-less. That'll change soon, hopefully. And on the back for sling points, I'm running a paracord get-up for the time being. Now that I got that out of the way, let's get on to the actual point of this video, the review of the internals and materials it's made up and why you should get a Fight Club custom over a Systema if you're thinking about going the PTW route. Now to start off, I will show you the other side where the trades are. They have full HK trade. It is without a doubt the best laser engraving I've ever seen. It's not deep, but like overly deep. It's just the right amount. So as you can see on the left side, standard HK style stuff. Semi-safe, auto, that's the option for the gearbox I chose. There's the option for speed or torque. I went with speed instead of torque because I wasn't pulling that much of a weight on the spring. The cylinder, like I said, it's an M115, so it's shooting around 420, give or take. The body itself is made out of aircraft grade aluminum, but it's just superior metal than Systema. Systema is kind of a pot metal and steel mix, as you know, the barrel steel, whatnot. But it tends to break a lot, actually. I was really surprised when I first got a PTW. I didn't know of those kind of problems, but it happens quite a bit apparently. But yeah, the materials are just great. The polymer they use for the stock, it's not bad. The stock it comes with is actually not mil-spec, so it does wobble, but FCC had intended for most people to switch it out for a real one. So yeah, aside from superior materials, the internals are really where it thrives. So I'm going to crack her open and give you guys a quick look. For those of you who don't know, to open a PTW, it's pretty simple. It's just like the real thing. You just push out the back pin, then you just quickly put it on your knee and tap it open. And it cracks open just like the real deal. And then you can grab the charging handle from the back and slide out the cylinder. This is the cylinder that it comes with. It's FCC's own cylinder, it's not a Systema cylinder. So we're just going to close her up, pop the front pin out as well, and separate the lower and the upper receiver. Anyway, so it's a flawless seal between the upper and lower receivers. No issues with wobble whatsoever. It's just a great fit, so you don't need to worry about that. And that has to do with the tolerances and the fact that this gun is completely mil-spec, which is fantastic. On the inside, you've got the FCC, you've got the Fight Club Custom Speed gearbox. The gears are just absolutely flawless materials. The dimensions are great, no issues whatsoever. There's a little computer up front. This helps operate the gun, how it functions. I'm not going to get too in detail. You can go check out other reviews about that. This is where the bolt catch engages, so that you know, or so that when your gun runs dry, it will engage and the gun will stop firing. Behind that, the wires lead into the buffer tube, and they're actually packed in here with a bit of plastic. And then the back little buffer plate, I think is what it's called, keeps the ECU, all that good shit, in the buffer tube nice and dry, and just away from the dirt and the cylinder. The little dot right here, this little circle indent, is for the cylinder to meet up so that it doesn't wiggle, as you can see there. So it goes in without problems. Just because I have it undone, I'll show you back. So the back plate pops off like the real crane stock, and you got this little piece here. And as you'll see, it is wired for Deans. I've got a adapter on here just because I was most recently running my non-Deans battery. But it's nice to see that FCC is making their guns wired to Deans. For those of you who don't know, Deans is a more efficient connector than Tamiya, and I definitely recommend switching to Deans if you have not already. FCC is completely LiPo ready, so no problems on that. With the LiPo, you can be running it around 23 rounds a second on full auto, and the trigger response is just fantastic. It's just like Systema's. It's definitely a micro trigger. Every round cycles, every round's finished with the pull of the trigger, regardless of how far you pull it. Alright guys, so that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching. As always, be sure to check out the description for additional information, as well as a few answers to comments I receive quite frequently, and I don't have time to answer in every single video. If you have any other questions about the gun itself, please leave comments below. It's not a PTW versus AEG debate, so you know, try not to flood the comments with this gun's better at AEG, blah 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 blah, because this is a debate that's gone on as long as time, and it's never going to end. As always, links below. Check out Facebook. We're not really on Twitter anymore, so you can disregard that. But updating Facebook all the time. Check back with YouTube. Posting videos a little more frequently now. Yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next video.
You have a light.